Good evening, everyone. My name is Christine Chapman. This is the short story of Jingmi Wu. Her mother started the San Francisco version of Joy Luck Club in 1949, 2 years before Jingmi Wu was born. Jingmi Wu's mother used to tell a story all the time with her husband, like like 2 feet become 6 eggs, and the story always grow and grow. And in the Chinese traditions, every time that they have, if they have a special occasion, they always serve their food, and they always believes of, for example, like long rice noodles for a long life, and a boiled peanut for conceiving sons, and mini good luck for the orange for the plentiful sweet life. So I do experience that. Based on my experience, I live in China for quite a while, Hong Kong and Singapore. So I experienced that tradition too. So Jingmi Wu and Anmi, short woman in her 70s, she always loved to make wonton too. And Jingmi Wu family, when they gather together, every time that they have a special occasion, they always prefer food, and they eat it together for their tradition, and they always eat together. And after they finish eating of their tradition food, they love to play mahjong. Like they always scrub all over their dice, and mahjong is a very common games of the Chinese tradition, and they love to talk while they're playing, and they're having a lot of fun. And and Jingmi Jingmi Wu was growing up around with her aunts and uncles, and because her mom passed away when she was young. And and when they going back to China, um and her aunts always, she loved to share how life in America, how successful she is, and how good she is, and how far she go through after her mother's death. And her aunt always sharing, always telling her that she always get her kindness and smartness and beautiful nature family from her mom, and excellent dishes, and excellent things, how the way she cook, and no, and imagine, and her aunt imagining how good she is like her mother. Her aunt always reminded her that she is like her mother, the way she do for most of things. And and every time that they play mahjong, her aunt always always let her sit down where her mother used to be sitting down when she was alive, because they always believes that if she sit down in there where her mother used to be, like, they think that she's like her mother. And then her all her aunts, and family Chinese traditions was, they do when they're going back to China, like they help their family members to help the other things that what they need to move, and or financially to help to start their business, or anything that they could able to help them out that they could able to bring their life easier. And for me, this tradition is never go away where you came from. It's just go on and go on where you came from. I do experience. I live in China for a couple years. I live in Singapore or and Hong Kong. So I'm very familiar what is their tradition is. And and their language is one of my language that I spoke, Chinese and Cantonese. So I was very proud that I could able to communicate with them with their own language. And I'm glad I experienced read this short story, and I'm glad you guys you like what did I present it to you tonight. And thank you, Sissy Nee, and have a good evening.